Hey Coyote Nation, happy Tuesday to you. It's another cloudy, kind of spitting on us kind of a day in the Ozarks, but you know, Roundman, there's not a bad day in the Ozarks.
Worst day in the Ozarks, better than any day anywhere else.
How true is that? You can see we're joined by the Roundman from Chris and The Roundman show. How the heck are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great too. Anytime I get up here on the Coyote deck with Casey or the Roundman or Jason or Crystal, I mean, how can you beat it? You know?
You can.
You know, and the water's like glass out there today.
Beautiful.
You know, it's just amazing. So, when you come on the show every Tuesday, we usually talk about your beloved Redbirds.
We do.
The Cardinals from St. Louis, and by golly, they've come out of the All-Star break, and they're looking pretty good. Oh, by the way, what's your hat? What's the hat you're wearing today?
Well, this is a hat when they won the National League Championship in 2011.
Yeah.
And then the shirt is the shirt that commemorates the World Championship in 2011.
Wow, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was the Miracle Championship.
It was.
Where the Cards were down to their last strike, and then I
Yes.
think it was Freeze that hit it off the right field wall, and
Twice.
I happened to be covering the Rangers.
Oh.
That World Series.
So sorry.
That broke our hearts, man, I tell you. But it's funny how things come around, because now that I'm a Cardinal fan, doesn't bother me one bit.
I'm sure.
It's amazing how that can happen in sports. So, yeah, your Cardinals have come out of the All-Star break. They've won 3 of 4, in fact, 3 in a row. So they're looking pretty good right now.
They are, and you never know when you shake a lineup up what's going to happen. You know, we got a lot of guys hurt.
Yeah.
You know, Yachty's out.
Ozuna's out.
Ozuna's out.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Somebody. I mean, there's so damn many of them. I can't keep track of them.
Yeah.
But this young group of guys that we've got, let's remember that a few years ago, just a couple of years ago, these were the guys that were on that AAA team that won the World Series of the AAA, whatever it's called, the minor league World Series.
Yeah.
And they came to play, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, O'Neill last night, 2 2-run homers, and that was pretty much the difference in the game.
Yeah.
And Michaelis with a pretty good, well, he had a complete game shutout.
How about that guy?
You know, I mean, yeah. And then Waino, you know, the night before, that guy.
He was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was great. He's like ageless, you know. So it's really good to see, and I mean, it happens almost every year that a team that struggles in the first half catches fire in the second half, and they become one of the teams to beat. And we don't know who that team is going to be. You know?
I think it's interesting, though, Chris. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem.
I think it's interesting that everybody talks about the Cardinals struggling. You know, if you're only 3 games out at the All-Star break, most teams would be real happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Cardinal fans expect excellence from their ball team, and they didn't feel like they got it. But as you know, I've been on here almost every week saying it's all going to come around, and I believe it will.
Yeah.
We needed pitching. This pitching's starting to work. We needed hitting. Now we're starting to get some hitting.
Yeah.
Look out, here we come.
Did you see Bader cut his hair?
He did, and he buried it.
I mean, he came up to bat the first time, and I'm like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize him.
He cut it all off, and he dug a hole. Won't tell anybody where.
Really?
And he dug it. He says it's time to start again.
He buried his hair.
He's crazy.
Interesting. Wow. That is just amazing. So the Redbirds looking pretty good right now. And, you know, the thing about that division is whenever the Redbirds start winning, the Cubs and the Brewers start winning too. And whenever the Cardinals have been losing games, the Cubs and the Brewers lose games too. So it's been a weird kind of a division race this year, but we got about, 2.5 months to go.
We do, and we've got some games with the Brewers and some games with the Cubs coming up here soon, and it should be real interesting to see how that comes out. Hey, I brought something I wanted to show you.
Okay, great.
You got time for this?
Absolutely. What do we got? Last week it was the banjo, I believe. I was a little worried if you brought the banjo today that it'd get rained on. So.
Well, I had it in my hand, but I didn't want it to get wet. So
there you go. Absolutely.
I don't want these to get wet either, but as you can see, they're in a cover.
Right.
And you may recognize what some of these names here. Let me just take this off real quick.
Okay.
This one was signed by
Lou
Brock.
Lou Brock. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
This is in 1969. Had an opportunity to visit with Lou.
What kind of a guy is he?
He's the finest man
Is he
you'd
really?
ever want to meet, and kind. He's just a gentleman.
I've never met Lou Brock,
Yeah.
but I've heard people say that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And this baseball was signed by all the starters.
Yeah.
The 1968 World Series.
Wow.
Bob Gibson, Red Shaney. You may know some of these
Wow,
names.
yeah.
Tim McCarver, Mike Shannon. Do you remember Veda Pinson?
I don't.
You know, okay. You know Joe Torre?
Absolutely.
You know who Joe Torre is?
Joe? I didn't realize Joe was a part of that team.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Lou Brock. How about Kurt Flood?
How about that?
Look at that.
Man. There's Bob Gibson.
Gibson
right there, Red Shandies.
Yeah. By the way, Bob's got pancreatic cancer.
Yeah. Heard about that.
However, if anybody can beat it, it'll be him. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I believe he's 83 or 84. And
He's just a kid.
Yeah, he's in Omaha. He lives in Omaha, undergoing treatments right now.
Right.
But he was a part of opening day just, a couple of months ago, a
Yeah.
big part of opening day. So
Yeah, I pray for him every night. I want him to live as long as he can because that's part of my life. And this year, 1968, I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
And during the World Series, school was still in. And
Yeah.
back then, you, of course, didn't have cell phones.
Did you miss a few classes?
You weren't supposed to have a radio either. And me and 4 or 5 of my friends would sneak out behind the ag shop and listen to the ball games. And,
Yep.
missed a few classes.
Yep.
But it was the Cardinals.
Yep,
They were in the
of
World
course.
Series.
Absolutely.
And I think they might have known we were there and they just left it alone.
I believe, and that was in 67, did you say?
68.
68. And I believe, did they win the 64 and 68 World Series? Okay. Because I think Bob Gibson was the MVP of both those series.
Yes, he was. And then he was the National League MVP the next year.
Wow. Wow. And that guy, he's such a soft-spoken guy. So you
okay.
wouldn't think he's at least from what I've seen, you don't think he's like a tough guy, but you talk to all of his teammates, they're all afraid of that guy, man, because he rules the roost.
He's pretty direct.
Yeah, he apparently
If you ever
is.
have a chance to talk to him, you'll find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll straighten you up real quick.
Hopefully so. Hopefully maybe next opening day.
I hope so.
That would be great.
That would be great.
So on this day in sports history, in 1941, Joe DiMaggio went 3 for 4 and extended that still record hitting streak to 56 games.
My gosh.
Isn't that incredible? That is still the record. That was in 1941.
Wow.
And that is just stunning.
And that's when the mound was like 7 foot tall, too, They're bearing down on you.
Isn't that amazing?
It
Those
is.
guys were incredible. Some big birthdays today. Shoeless Joe Jackson
Yeah.
was born on this day in history. Jimmy Johnson, the football coach. And probably, maybe, the best running back ever in the NFL, Barry Sanders.
Isn't that right?
Born on this day in history. Absolutely. And the quote of the day from Bill Parcells, football coach, of course, said, no matter how much you've won, no matter how many games, no matter how many championships, no matter how many Super Bowls, you're not winning now, so you stink. Right? And that's the way it is as a coach and a player, too, right? What have you done for me lately? That's one of the great things about working at the Coyote and for Casey and the Roundman. You guys don't have that attitude. It's not, what have you done for me lately? It's, go out and do your best.
However, in the words of Coach Bear Bryant,
Yeah,
show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser.
that's right. Absolutely. Oh, so what's going on the Casey and the Roundman show these days? 3 to 6 in the afternoons, 107.9 The Coyote. Best show in the Ozarks by far.
Well, thank you. I think that all of our shows are great.
Yeah.
But what's going on? It's just crazy madness all the time.
Yeah.
Makes absolutely no sense. Can't figure out why anybody watches it, but thank you, God, that they do. And thank you, people, for continuing to listen to our...
I'll tell you
it's
why.
insanity.
I'll tell you why, because it is so much fun. Because you just sit there, at least I do. I just sit there, and I'm always smiling because you guys are just having so much fun. But half the time, I'm just laughing out loud. That's why I think people listen, because you guys just do such a great job and have so much fun. And then, what is it, Thursdays you go do your remote from, where's that at?
That's at Shady Gators.
Shady Gators,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it sounds like you have a great time there. Have a lot
I
of fun.
do have a great time there. Yeah, how can you not?
Exactly. Coyote Nation is just such a special place to be, isn't it?
It is.
So 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, Casey and the Roundman. You can't miss it. It's hilarious. Best shows because we've got Jamie Turner back from vacation.
Yeah, finally.
Right? Yeah,
Need him
finally.
back, yeah.
Looking like he's a native from down there in Galveston, right? Because,
I know, he looks like George Hamilton.
wow, he does. Yes, that's exactly what he looks like. I was like, Jamie? Really? Wow, that was only a week. So, best shows, best music. And, of course, you got to listen to the Renegade Radio Sports Updates right around 35 past the hour, 6:35 in the morning to 6:35 in the evening. And keep cheering on those.
Even if you don't like sports, you'll love that show.
Well, there you go. Absolutely. Right around 35 past the hour. And 107.9, the Coyote. Also, Facebook. You're probably watching this on Facebook. Be sure to follow us and share us and like us and all that good stuff. And our website is
www.
1079thecoyote.com. And we try to entertain you and inform you and stuff on all of these.
You know what that www stands for, don't you?
World Wide Web, right?
No, it's woo, woo, woo. That's what it's for.
There you go. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I learned something new every day from the Roundman.
I try to help, Chris.
All right.
I do.
Well, thank you, sir, for joining us on the Coyote deck. And when you're here next week, hopefully the Cardinals will be in first place.
Of course they will.
They're always in first place in your hearts. That's right. Until now, tomorrow we're going to catch up with the Chiefs because the Chiefs have a training camp next week. So Jason Stapleton, our resident Kansas City Chiefs super fan, will be joining us here on the Coyote deck.
The amount of knowledge this guy has is crazy.
Isn't it? He almost, not quite, but almost has as much knowledge about the Chiefs as you have about the Cards.
It's close.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that guy, he's one of those fanatics.
He
right?
is.
Like during the game, he doesn't have fun. He just paces back and forth and, chews his nails and stuff like that until the game's over.
Yeah, I wouldn't call me a fanatic.
No, well.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Maybe in a different kind of
Chris,
way.
I wouldn't do that.
Roundman, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Until tomorrow, God bless you.